could use to go at all of this alone, to just try to coalesce all Democratic support and move forward the $1.9 trillion package as they wish. So Schumer just a little while ago essentially laid down a marker for Senate Republicans during this negotiation. Listen to the Senate Majority Leader here on the Hill this afternoon.
We want to work with our Republican.
Having it in your home means you'll really use it. It's fast, fun, and effective. And most important,
the Total Gym works.
The Total Gym is built to last, and it comes with a warranty.
And
Bush, can his $1.9 trillion plan get through Congress? One lawmaker breaks down the odds on making money.
Looking to refinance?
Hi, I'm Jane King, and thank you for watching. This show is all about public, private, and blockchain companies. We bring you the innovators behind the companies making the headlines in that space. Some are sponsored, some are invited, all are curated and focused on telling you, the viewers, their story. Here we go. Welcome back. Well, we're talking again with SmartKey and also BitBoy, Crypto Ben Armstrong is back. So this is like a reunion of sorts out here. And I talked to you both at different times, but now you're working, BitBoy, Ben, as a ambassador, right, for SmartKey? So let's start with that and let
Right, yeah, absolutely excited to be part of it.
Okay, so if you could just start, like, why are you supporting the SmartKey project?
Yeah, so if anyone who's followed my YouTube channel, BitBoy Crypto, for knows, I've been in crypto heavily every day for years and years, invested in Bitcoin since 2012, and at this point where we are at in cryptocurrency, it's important to pretty much only support blue chip projects. I think that a lot of these projects that have so much upside are the ones that we definitely want to be involved with. And when it comes to SmartKey, from the first time we read about this project, we were super excited. We know a lot of the things that are associated with bad projects. That's been a lot of our learning process, finding out what makes a bad project and then learning what makes a good project. And for SmartKey, it checks off all the boxes. It's ahead of the curve when it comes to technology and everything they're doing. I'm sure a lot of your audience has heard of IoT, or the Internet of Things. This is basically the Wi-Fi connectivity of all devices. There's going to be billions and billions of these devices over the next several years. SmartKey is positioning itself to be the leader of what we call BOT, which is the blockchain of things, which are all of these connected devices running on blockchain. They got huge partners, including Teltonica. They've got other projects or other companies that they're working on or with in the background that are going to be announced at different points. One thing I really like about SmartKey, and I'm really big on things that have real use case and real adoption. Just take emergency services, for instance. SmartKey is basically going to be able to work with emergency services to, let's say there's an emergency in an apartment building and the gate is locked. It's got a locked gate. SmartKey will be able to make it so those emergency services will have access to immediately go in. SmartKey can literally be saving people's lives down the road. And when you look at a lot of these projects, they're very conceptual. It's hard to see exactly how they can affect everyday life for us, here in America or here in the world. SmartKey is definitely one of those projects, and there's so many more reasons, but those are definitely some of the ones why we are behind SmartKey.
Well, and thank you for that kind of real world application, because I think, a lot of times people don't know, well, how does this affect me or my life, or they have trouble kind of visualizing. So that was helpful. Now, there's also the SKEY token.
Right.
So explain that. What are the features about that you like?
Yeah, so when the SKEY token was released and put out on exchanges, obviously in cryptocurrency, we've got blockchains, but then they're ran with utility tokens that come along with those blockchains, and a lot of those have value, and that's what we see with SKEY. A lot of these projects that get listed, first of all, a lot of times people say, like, what is the point of this token? But with SmartKey, we've already discussed about how this affects real life. A lot of these projects, when they get listed on exchanges, the team will own a large percentage of those, or early investors, and they will dump the price down. So it'll get released, there'll be a lot of hype behind it, and then the project will immediately plummet. We see that time after time after time. But the way SmartKey has done it is they built so much excitement behind this project that it has gone steadily increasing after a listing. And that is so rare to see, in this market. And that gives you a lot of confidence to know that there's a lot of real world push going on behind this project. It's hard to actually put a number on the valuation of where we think this project can go in the long term. But a lot of that is dependent, of course, on the overall market cap of cryptocurrency. Right now, it's at it's approaching $1.1 trillion. Obviously, if that number goes up to 5 trillion or goes up to 20 trillion, like some people think it could, that's going to have a strong effect on the overall price of individual tokens. So it's hard to put a valuation dollar-wise on it, but we can easily see this being a top 50 cryptocurrency. That's why we're behind it. There are zero projects that we're ambassadors or advisors for that we don't see that huge long-term benefit. There could definitely be, if you look at what happened with Chainlink, with their oracles, that was a way to connect blockchain with data feeds. A better way to think of it for your audience, if they're not super into cryptocurrency, is basically a way to bring blockchain to businesses and make it make sense. SmartKey is one of those similar projects to Chainlink, to where it's linking the digital world to the real world. And whenever we see those connections, there's huge upside. And so, we like to position SmartKey in our videos as it could be like the next Chainlink in a sense. It's doing something different, but there's a lot of similarities and a lot of excitement behind it. So if you follow Chainlink in cryptocurrency, you'll see it has absolutely destroyed it over the last several years, recently reaching all-time highs. Thanks.
Okay. Well, very interesting. Well, Shmuel, let's bring you in. That was quite an introduction there. So explain the technology and the blockchain of things, because a lot of us have heard of Internet of Things. We get that concept. What is the blockchain of things?
Thank you, Ben. Lots of energy. Okay, I try to explain. We started SmartKey 3 years ago as a second-generation oracle. Today's physical world around us is getting smarter and smarter. Yes, we have smart cars, smart buildings, and finally smart cities. The problem with all these smart solutions is the lack of communication standard between them. These are centralized solutions that compete with each other. Users are forced to use hundreds of applications. There is also a second world. You must imagine fully decentralized, open, secure, and public accessible blockchain. And we use this blockchain and we create SmartKey as a missing puzzle connecting the physical world with this virtual world of blockchain. SmartKey is a communication standard like Bluetooth, I could say. We connect IoT devices, smart devices, directly to the blockchain. Thanks to the blockchain, our IoT devices gain interoperability, enabling the creation of completely new solutions and business models. This is our advantage. Yes, we have extensive experience in building products already available on the market. We have a working product, as Ben said. And finally, with SmartKey, you can connect smart devices to the blockchain and use a safe and public integration method. 99% of early stage projects, as everybody knows, in blockchain space, have only an idea. We are from traditional business. We started our project after our product was launched. As you probably know, we recently used SmartKey as a blockchain keys for emergency services, like Ben said, in Poland. In that kind, we solve the real world problem that emergency services can getting help you faster. Yes.
Okay. And so what are your plans for this year then?
I would say in short term period, we try to reach. We could say in two ways. In short term, we coming in this year. We are entering two exchanges. We want to enter two exchanges from top 10 market cap, coin market cap, and for our coin, we want to be. Our goal is to reach top 20 in coin market cap also. We will also announce several new big partnerships that will bring the smart key to the millions of people around the world. It will be a huge announcement. We will focus on development stage and focus on our partners in building products and that could be available to purchase worldwide. Second thing, we are also expanding the range of our flagship use case, rescue without barriers. Thanks to this product, we can shorten the time of arrival of rescue teams. This program will cover several million households in this year. Together with our partners also, we will announce a global competition and hackathon with a large pool of prizes for products using SmartKey. This is short term, 1 year. Long-term period, SmartKey will become a kind of an operating system driving a smart cities of the future. It will integrate the solutions already used by city inhabitants with public services. We are working to make it happen with city authorities in large European cities. We are building the open standards for cities and invite all the city authorities to join us. To help us to do it together.
Okay, well, that all sounds very exciting, and I hope you come back and explain like where you're at this year as you go through your goals and long-term goals. So thank you so much, Simone, and also BitBoy Ben for joining us today, and we look forward to catching up with you again soon.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. Thank you.
Pawtocol is a global online community of pet lovers that is disrupting the pet industry using blockchain technology while also monetizing data about pets. So with me to explain more about Pawtocol and what actually the company is doing is the CEO and founder, Karim Khuzani. So good to have you here, Karim.
Thanks for having me, Jay.
So tell me, how did you get started in the pet industry?
Well, I'm a pet parent first. You know, every time I used to go to the supermarket or buy pet treats or food online or supermarket, I always have to read the label 3-4 times and think about, are they saying the truth or not? Especially knowing our pet, you know, our pets do not speak, so someone has to do that vetting job for them. And especially when you hear on TV that there's massive recalls, food contaminated, pets are getting sick, some of them even died, you know, heartbreaking stuff. So I wanted to see if there is a solution to it. And knowing, as you know, I'm a pet parent, so around 2016, a friend of mine told me you should perhaps look at the new technology called blockchain. I took a quick look at it. I was like, wow, this is a groundbreaking technology. It solves for trust, and that's what the problem is in the pet industry. So I went down the blockchain rabbit hole, as they say, and you know, fell in love, and I combined two passions in one: blockchain and my being a pet parent, and Pawtocol was born.
Awesome. Okay, so explain to me how it works then. Like, and you've got a product, the blockchain dog tag. So explain how the whole thing works. How do you use blockchain for pet lovers?
Okay, so let's start with how Pawtocol is. What is Pawtocol? Pawtocol is made out of two words: paw and protocol. What we're trying to convey or accomplish here is show that in order for us to solve this massive trust problem, we need to solve it at the protocol level, at the ground level. And PA and Protocol created the Pawtocol, the protocol that solves for trust in the pet industry. The traditional pet industry is dead as we all know it. Transparency is not there. And we said, hey, let's create this trust protocol so we can have anybody that wants to be transparent enough and serve this rising the community of pet parents that are looking for truth and quality products, this would be the place for them to transact. At the same time, we are deeply committed to the ESG standards, environmental, social governance. You could say that we are the first people that will embed that on the blockchain and serve it as a tool for any ethical consumer or a brand or a company that is willing to serve this rising ethical consumer base. So Pawtocol is an ecosystem made out of communities, not companies. So we're turning the entire pet industry into a community where pet parents get to call the shots, equipped with a computer code that solves for trust.
Well, I think that alone sets you apart from some of the biggies, is having the transparency. Okay, so how does somebody find out more about Pawtocol, and anything else you want to add about the company?
Yes, before we go to where to find us, I'd like to dedicate my deepest thank yous to the amazing human beings that do animal rescue. Without them, the word pet parenting wouldn't be called. It would still be called pet ownership. We are serving them. We are dedicating all our efforts to make their life easier. And Pawtocol system has a lot of tools for them to have their animal rescue in a gamified and fun way. And we want the American people and the world to support these amazing people. And we are there telling them, hey, we are here to support you. If you guys need any help and any add-ons to the system that can make your life easier, please come to Pawtocol.com. You can pre-register there as a pet parent or as an animal rescue, as a company that wants to serve ethical parents. And follow us on Twitter and Telegram. The information is below our website. And hope you guys, hope we'll see everyone soon.
Well, and I know a lot of people adopted pets during the pandemic. So that was a huge thing. So, there's a lot more people out there that are pet parents now than there were a year ago. So thank you so much, Kareem, for joining us. Very interesting. Best of luck. And I look forward to getting an update in the next few months.
Thanks for having me, Jane.
Paypoliton is a fintech company that is really taking advantage of some of the big trends that we're seeing both in finance and in technology. And with me is the founder of Paypoliton, Nils Thuran Ortiz. And welcome, Nils. Great to have you here.
Thank you, Jane, for inviting me.
So interesting that your background is a lawyer, but you somehow got involved in blockchain. So explain how all that happened.
Well, actually, I popped into blockchain by accident. That was back in January 2012, almost 9 years ago. My associate at that time, we had a venture. It was a bit like a French Craigslist. He said, hey, Nils, we have to buy Bitcoin. And I said, Bit what? And I never heard about Bitcoin in January 2012. I said, yeah, I have a seat. I explained it to you. He explained it to me, and I told him, I'm sorry, but that sounds a bit shady to me. I didn't get it really. So I have $50 here. I pay you lunch. My associate at that time, he took the $50 and bought Bitcoin. That was what BTC was $6 at that time, which he sold in November 17. So he made a very nice return investment.
Oh yeah, that was when we hit our last record high. It was late 2017.
At least we had a good lunch on my expenses. And it's there on my mind. So I kept an eye on that. And then over the years, I own a telecommunications operator in France that is doing micro payments, so premium rate numbers and SMS for TV channels. And I'm pretty much involved with payment solutions for those customers. And then I had a closer look later at blockchain technology. And then I finally found out the margins with payment solutions are decreasing. You make less and less money because others, they wanna have more profit. And then I understood that with blockchain, as it is decentralized, you cut out all those intermediaries who grab a part of the cake. So, and then was born the idea of Paypoliton.
Now, would you say this is a B2C, like a business to consumer, or a business to business play, or both?
So we have two approaches. Of course, the product itself, it's B2C. So it's for the end customer, for the consumer. Then we have a second part for the merchant, because when you say payment, the merchant could also receive the direct payment instead of his bank or with the credit card terminal. And last but not least, we focus on white label solutions. So initially, this idea was born. I work in the mobile sector for almost 20 years. We have been approached by a mobile carrier. All the mobile carriers, in terms of decreasing revenue, are looking for new sources of revenue. The ARPU, that means the average revenue in Europe for a mobile carrier per customer, is only $15. So that is basically what they generate every month with a mobile customer, and it's declining. Before, the operators made money on minutes. Right now, we have flat rates. So we have like a package wherever you pay like $10, $12, and you have unlimited minutes in there. SMS disappeared. I personally use WhatsApp. I don't even remember when I sent my last SMS. Yeah, my mom is still using SMS because she doesn't have WhatsApp.
I use WhatsApp too. Actually, I have a bunch of different things depending on who I'm talking to.
So that disappeared also as a source of revenue. So the only thing that remained is data. And if we take back my example at the beginning of Apple Pay, when you use Apple Pay, who is getting the commission fee from the merchant? Apple.
Sure, Apple has worked that out.
Apple does.
Yes,
so
of
the
course.
mobile carriers are simply a data transporter. They simply transport the data from A to B, and that's it.
Okay.
So basically, per customer, they may maybe $1 or $2 a month. That is very little.
Yeah.
So with our solution as a white label solution, we hand over. We keep a little fraction for us, but the main part of the commission fee is going into the pocket of the mobile carrier. So we are generating a new source of revenue, and at least over here in Europe, all the mobile carriers, the big ones, are looking for new solutions, and they're all looking into mobile banking.
I'll tell you, it's a very interesting time to be a participant and an observer in this industry, because it just feels like it's exciting and there's a lot of potential. So thank you so much, Nils, for joining us. I look forward to getting updates.
Thank you very much.
Welcome back. Aoris is a UK-based fintech company that offers a tokenization solution to traditional gold. So let's find out a little bit more about it. We've got Jason Toussaint, an advisor to Aoris, with us today, and also Guido Fenstein, Managing Director and CEO. So Guido, let's start with you. Just can you remind viewers about Aoris and the tokenization and just how the company works?
Yeah, sure. Hi, Jen. Aoris provides tokenization as a service that enables traditional gold market participants to autonomously tokenize their gold into AWG. That's the ticker of the Aurus Gold token. Each AWG token is collateralized and redeemable for 1 gram of physical gold and is traceable to the single bar and vault it was minted from. Aurus bridges here the gap between the traditional gold market and the crypto world, where the uniqueness lies in the structure of its ecosystems, because most of the gold-backed projects currently on the market have a centralized minting process.
So, Jason, tell me a little bit about your experience in the gold industry and then why you came on board with Aurus and how does this compare to other forms of ownership of gold, ETFs and stocks and all the different ways you can have exposure to gold?
Yeah, great question. So I got involved first in the gold industry back in 2009 when I was at the World Gold Council. I was global head of investment and CEO of Spider Gold Shares, GLD. Obviously a very large gold ETF. And the thing that drew me to the company is really Guido and the team are at the forefront of combining the best of breed technology in the blockchain space, as well as bringing their full background and understanding of how the gold market operates to bring something of value to end investors.
Okay, so now Guido, let's talk about the second coin then, Aurus coin. Explain that and how does that fit into everything?
Well, for the self-sustaining ecosystem to exist, we have circulated a second hybrid utility token called Aurus Coin. The ticker is AWX. It has a total supply of 30 million tokens, so it's quite limited, and it derives the transactional fees of the products we bring to the market. So at this moment, Aurus Gold and also our future products. And I can already tell that we are in the final process of launching silver and platinum-based tokens. And also this month will our new app be updated for gold accumulation, and in Q1, even payment terminals that will be distributed globally. AWX offers therefore investors the opportunity to buy into this growth of Aurus and its technology, because this token derives 70% of the revenue generated by our products, our tokens, so transactional revenue, minting fees, etc. So for the first time, also the participants in the market can generate a passive income stream, actually on bullion, and also on bullion they are selling. Aurus Coin, AWX, is currently listed on multiple exchanges and is already tradable, and the price has been doing well.
How can viewers invest in Aurus?
Well, there are multiple ways to invest in our tokens, because it's an ecosystem. We right now regions in the world, so we already have global liquidity. If you want to see how you can get into AWG or AWX via Bitcoin, euros, GBP, pounds, US dollars, on our website, Aoris.io, we have a whole overview of the exchanges the tokens are listed on, the distributors, the gold providers that sell it, the vaults that already are in the ecosystem globally, and the payment services that are used. So we have an overview on our website where this can be found, and also all information about what Jay said, redemption of the gold, which is possible from the file providers and vaults, and where it can be bought in your own local currency. So I would say go to the website and find out.
Okay, and that is Aoris.io, correct?
Aoris.io.
Okay, very good. Thank you so much, Guido and Jason, for joining us and for the update. And great to see you. Look forward to hearing more next year.
Thanks, Jen. Thank you. See you soon. Ciao.
On my show, I put no barriers between myself and my viewer. I don't use jargon. I never talk QE3. I don't use scripts. I just speak into the camera, tell the story, and we're invested together.
Fox Business, invested in you.
Helping families with mesothelioma is all